When it comes to intimacy, most men underestimate how early the body starts preparing for a strong, lasting erection. A powerful erection doesn't begin the moment you enter the bedroom. It begins much earlier with the habits, mindset, and signals you give your body before sex. If you want consistency, confidence, and full control, there are a few things you must understand and a few simple actions you can take that dramatically improve performance. These steps don't require medication, don't need complicated routines, and don't depend on age. They work because they activate the natural systems in your body responsible for blood flow, arousal, and hormonal response. Men often complain that sometimes the mind is ready, but the body doesn't cooperate. This usually happens when stress hormones, muscle tension, or overthinking block blood flow. But when you prepare your body correctly, an erection becomes automatic, responsive, and strong. What I'm about to share isn't magic, it's physiology. Your body always knows what to do, you just need to give it the right signals. The trick is to activate the parasympathetic, rest and arouse system before sex, not the stressful fight or flight. When you shift your body into the calm, confident state of desire, blood flow increases, nerves become more responsive, and your erection becomes firmer and longer lasting. This is why the steps you take before intimacy matter as much as what happens during intimacy. The simple practices I'm about to explain can be done privately, casually, and naturally without your partner even noticing, and the effect they create is powerful. You'll notice more sensitivity, better stamina, stronger blood flow, and a deeper mind-body connection. Instead of worrying or doubting yourself, you'll enter the moment feeling grounded, prepared, and fully in control of your performance. What men don't realize is how quickly the body reacts to these small signals. Within minutes, you'll feel more warmth, better circulation, and increased desire. Your erection becomes more responsive the moment your heart rate stabilizes and your breathing deepens. With preparation, your body becomes reliable because you're working with your innate physiology rather than against it. So let's break down the essential key steps you need to do before sex. These 6 simple, science-backed actions prepare your muscles, calm your mind, stimulate arousal pathways, and dramatically increase erection quality. When done together, they produce a consistent, confident, powerful sexual performance every time. The first point is all about understanding how crucial relaxation of the pelvic floor is for a strong, reliable erection. Yet many men never even think about the role these deep, hidden muscles play. When the pelvic floor is tight, tense, or overstimulated from stress, sitting for long hours, or even anxiety before sex, it actually prevents blood from flowing smoothly into the penis. Most men assume erection issues start from hormones or age, but in reality, the pelvic floor is like the foundation of a building. If it's tight or blocked, nothing above it functions the way it should. Before sex, your goal is to guide your body from tension into release, because an erection is not created by force, it's created by allowing circulation to open naturally. When the pelvic muscles are relaxed, they stop squeezing the arteries and veins, allowing fresh, oxygen-rich blood to enter and stay inside the pineal chambers. This is exactly what makes an erection strong, thick, and long-lasting. Deep diaphragmatic breathing helps trigger the relaxation response in these muscles. When you take a slow breath into your belly, those muscles expand and soften. As you exhale, they let go even more. Doing this for just 1 or 2 minutes before intimacy can create a dramatic shift in your body, almost like turning off the stress switch. Stress keeps the pelvic floor tight, and tightness keeps your erection weak. Relaxation opens the pathway and everything begins to respond more naturally. Another important part of this step is posture and body awareness. If you spend your day hunched over, sitting on hard surfaces, or stuck in stiff positions, your pelvic floor becomes overactive without you even noticing. Just standing up, loosening your hips, and allowing your lower abdomen to relax can prepare the entire region for better performance. Some men feel immediate warmth in the groin area as soon as they loosen these muscles, which is a sign that blood is finally flowing where it needs to go. This relaxation also helps your mind. A calm pelvic floor sends signals to the brain that the body is safe, comfortable, and ready for arousal. The nervous system suddenly moves away from the fight or flight mode that kills erections and shifts into the rest and desire state needed for sexual performance. It's not about doing anything complicated, and it's not about trying harder. It's about doing less, letting go of the invisible tension that blocks arousal before it even starts. Men often think they need pills or extreme stimulation to get a strong erection, but the truth is that your body already knows how to create one. It simply needs the right environment. When the pelvic floor is relaxed, the penis becomes more responsive to touch, desire rises more naturally, and stamina increases because you're not fighting your body, you're working with it. Before sex, investing just a minute into relaxing this core area sets the stage for a powerful, dependable erection. This step alone can transform performance, boost confidence, and make intimacy feel effortless. Warming up your body before sex is one of the most underrated yet highly effective ways to boost erection strength, sensitivity, and stamina. Many men don't realize that the penis relies heavily on blood circulation, and when the body is cold, tense, or inactive, blood flow naturally becomes slower and more restricted. A warm body, on the other hand, opens blood vessels, relaxes muscles, increases oxygen delivery, and heightens nerve responsiveness, all of which contribute to a firmer, fuller, and more reliable erection. You don't need a gym session or heavy exercise. Even simple actions can transform your sexual readiness within minutes. One of the best ways to warm up the body is through a warm shower. Warm water naturally dilates blood vessels, increases circulation to the pelvic area, and relaxes muscles in the lower abdomen and thighs, areas directly connected to erectile functioning. When you step out of the shower feeling relaxed, warm, and loose, your body is already primed for arousal. This warmth reduces performance anxiety, lowers stress hormones like cortisol, and increases the parasympathetic nervous system's activity, which is essential for initiating erections. A warm body is a receptive body, and this warmth sends a clear signal to your brain that it's safe to enter a state of pleasure and desire. Another excellent warm-up technique is light stretching. This doesn't mean an intense workout. Simply opening your hips, loosening your lower back, or gently rotating your pelvis can make a noticeable difference. These movements increase blood flow into the groin region and decrease muscle stiffness. When circulation becomes smoother, the arteries supplying the penis fill more easily and sensitivity rises. A stiff body leads to stiff performance, not in the good way, but a warm, flexible body supports strong erections because everything is flowing the way it should. Breathing also plays a powerful role in warming up the body. Slow, deep breaths create internal heat and improve oxygen supply. This oxygen is crucial because the penile tissues require it to expand fully and maintain hardness. Shallow breathing keeps the body in a stress-tightened state, while deep breathing calms the nervous system, improves the heartbeat rhythm, and sends warmth throughout the body. It's a simple, private technique you can do without anyone noticing, yet the impact on your erection can be immediate and dramatic. Even subtle actions like rubbing your hands together, massaging your thighs, or walking around for a minute can help stimulate circulation. When the legs warm up, the pelvic region warms up too because both share major blood vessels. This warmth enhances nerve sensitivity, making every touch and sensation feel stronger and more pleasurable. Many men, once their body feels warm, arousal comes more naturally without forcing or worrying. Warming up the body before sex is not just about physical preparation. It's about shifting your entire system into a state of readiness, confidence, and responsiveness. When your body is warm, your mind relaxes, your blood flows easily, and your sexual performance becomes smoother and more consistent. Just a few minutes of warmth can turn an ordinary moment into an extraordinary experience, making this one step a powerful, reliable trick for enhancing your erection every single time. Stopping the overthinking loop is one of the most powerful ways to improve erection quality, yet most men don't realize how much their own thoughts interfere with their sexual performance. The mind plays a far greater role in arousal than people assume. When the brain slips into worry, self-doubt, or performance pressure, the body immediately reacts by tightening muscles and releasing stress hormones. These stress hormones, especially adrenaline, work directly against erections because they push the body into a fight or flight mode. In that state, the body is focused on survival, not intimacy. Blood flow is redirected away from the penis, and even if desire is present, the body simply won't cooperate. This is why stopping the overthinking loop is critical, because the moment your mind relaxes, the body follows. Most men overthink before sex because they fear repeating a past experience, feel nervous about satisfying their partner, or worry about lasting long enough. These thoughts create pressure, and pressure destroys arousal. What you need to understand is that intimacy isn't a performance, it's a connection. Your partner is not grading you, they're sharing an experience with you. Once you shift your mindset away from outcome and toward presence, your entire sexual response changes. The erection becomes natural because you're no longer forcing it, you're allowing it. One of the most effective ways to stop the overthinking loop is to bring your attention back to your senses. Focus on touch, breathing, warmth, closeness, or the smell of your partner's skin. Sensory awareness pulls you out of your head and back into your body. When you feel instead of think, arousal deepens. This is because paying attention to sensation activates the parasympathetic nervous system. the system that supports erections, pleasure, and relaxation. You cannot be in deep pleasure and deep worry at the same time. The brain chooses one pathway and you want to guide it toward pleasure. Another helpful technique is shifting your internal dialogue. Instead of thinking, "Hope I don't fail," tell yourself, "I'm here to enjoy this moment." This simple mental shift reduces pressure. Remember, your partner's emotional energy matters too. If you come in relaxed, confident, and grounded, their body responds with openness and warmth, which in turn enhances your erection. Confidence is not about being perfect, it's about being present. Slowing down also helps break the overthinking cycle. Most men rush into sex because they're scared of losing the erection. Ironically, rushing is what destroys it. When you slow down, touch slowly, breathe slowly, you give your nervous system time to settle into arousal. This deepens desire, increases blood flow, and creates a stronger erection that lasts longer because it's built on calm confidence, not fear. The key is understanding that your mind is not the enemy. It's just reacting to old fears. When you guide it gently back to the moment, everything becomes easier. Your erection becomes more responsive, your stamina increases naturally, and your partner feels more connected to you emotionally and physically. When you stop the overthinking loop, intimacy stops feeling like a test and starts becoming what it was meant to be, an enjoyable, shared, natural experience. Activating slow arousal before sex is one of the most powerful ways to build a stronger, fuller, and more reliable erection, yet it's something many men overlook. Most men rush into intimacy believing speed equals passion, when the truth is that the male body responds far better to gradual stimulation. Slow arousal is not just about taking your time, it is a biological strategy that triggers the release of nitric oxide, the chemical responsible for dilation of blood vessels in the penis. When this chemical is released slowly and steadily, the erection becomes firmer, thicker, and lasts much longer because it is supported by smooth, consistent blood flow rather than sudden bursts of stimulation. The biggest mistake many men make is expecting their body to jump from neutral to fully aroused instantly. That is not how the male nervous system works. The process of arousal builds in stages. When you give your body time to transition, each stage becomes stronger. Gentle touching, soft kissing, warm hands, close breathing, or even skin-to-skin contact creates a cascade of signals to the brain. These signals tell your body that the environment is safe, pleasurable, and ready for intimacy. As a result, your nervous system shifts into the parasympathetic zone, also known as the rest, relax, and arouse zone, which is necessary for erections to form and remain stable. Slow arousal also enhances sensitivity. When you move too fast, your body doesn't have time to fully engage. But when you take your time, the nerves awaken gradually. You feel more, you respond more. Even light touch feels more electrifying because the body is prepared to receive it. Your erection becomes stronger not because you're trying harder, but because your body is naturally aligning itself with the rising desire. Another major benefit of slow arousal is improved stamina. Men who rush often struggle with early ejaculation or inconsistent erections because their bodies feel overwhelmed and overstimulated too quickly. But by building arousal slowly, you create a controlled rise in excitement that allows you to last longer. The more you lean into the gradual build-up, the more confident and stable your performance becomes. Your body adjusts, your breathing evens out, and your erection holds stronger because it was created intentionally and patiently. Slow arousal also deepens emotional connection, which directly affects physical response. When you take time to engage, tease, flirt, smile, and connect with your partner before going further, both bodies become synchronized. This shared energy boosts natural hormones like dopamine and oxytocin, which in turn enhance erection quality. Your partner feels more desired, more involved, and more responsive, and their response strengthens your arousal in return. It becomes a cycle of increasing pleasure rather than a rushed jump into pressure. By committing to slow arousal, you transform sex from a quick act into a powerful experience. Your body becomes reliable, your erection becomes stronger, and your partner feels more valued and connected. Slow arousal isn't about delaying or controlling, it's about giving your body the time it needs to reach its highest level of performance. When you allow desire to rise gradually, the result is always deeper pleasure, more confidence, and a firmer, more satisfying erection every single time. Hydrating and oxygenating your body before sex may sound simple, but it plays a powerful and immediate role in boosting erection quality, stamina, sensitivity, and overall sexual performance. Most men don't realize how quickly dehydration and shallow breathing affect the body. Even mild dehydration thickens the blood, reduces circulation, and lowers energy levels, which directly impacts how hard and long your erection can stay. The penis is a vascular organ, meaning it depends heavily on smooth, rich blood flow. If your body is even slightly low on fluids, the blood becomes less efficient at delivering oxygen to the tissues, making your erection weaker, less responsive, and more difficult to maintain. But when you hydrate properly, even with a small sip of water before intimacy, you give your body the fuel it needs to work at its best. Oxygenation is equally important because the penis requires oxygen to fill, expand, and stay firm. When you are stressed, anxious, or distracted, your breathing naturally becomes shallow. Shallow breaths reduce oxygen intake and increase adrenaline, which can interfere with erections. On the other hand, deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the state of calm and arousal needed for sexual performance. With every slow, deep breath, your body sends more oxygen into your bloodstream, your heart rate stabilizes, and your pelvic muscles relax. These changes create the perfect internal environment for a strong, dependable erection. Even just 5 slow, controlled breaths before intimacy can shift your entire physiological state. As oxygen levels rise, blood vessels dilate, allowing more blood to flow into the penis. This not only improves erection strength, but also enhances sensitivity, making every touch feel more intense and pleasurable. Better breathing also supports stamina because your body is functioning with a steady supply of oxygen, preventing the quick fatigue or sudden loss of erection that sometimes happens when the body is tense or strained. Hydration and oxygenation also help regulate your blood pressure. Healthy blood pressure ensures that blood can enter the penile chambers quickly and stay there long enough to maintain rigidity. If your blood pressure drops too low due to dehydration or spikes due to anxiety, your erection becomes unstable. But when you hydrate and breathe deeply, your cardiovascular system balances itself, ensuring consistent blood flow to your sexual organs. Another overlooked benefit is mental clarity. Hydration and proper oxygen supply help the brain stay calm, alert, and focused. This reduces performance anxiety, prevents overthinking, and helps you stay present in the moment. When your mind is clear, your body follows more naturally into arousal. You feel more in control, more confident, and more connected to your partner. Finally, hydration supports natural lubrication, hormonal balance, fatigue reduction, and muscle relaxation, all of which contribute to a better sexual experience. The combination of water and steady breathing might seem simple, but it creates a powerful foundation. It prepares your body to perform at its best by ensuring optimal blood flow, oxygen delivery, and nervous system balance. This small step, often ignored, can dramatically improve erection strength, sensitivity, and endurance within minutes. It's a natural, effortless trick that every man can use anytime, at any age, to elevate sexual performance and create a more satisfying, confident, and pleasurable intimate experience. Building emotional connection before sex is one of the most transformative and reliable ways to elevate erection quality, deepen arousal, and create a far more satisfying, intimate experience for both partners. Many men underestimate how deeply the mind and heart influence the body during intimacy. While physical techniques and biological responses matter, emotional energy sets the entire foundation. When you approach intimacy with warmth, presence, and meaningful connection, the body responds with stronger desire, better blood flow, calmer nerves, and a more confident sexual response. This connection is not about dramatic gestures. It's about simple, genuine moments that align two people's energy, making the experience feel natural rather than pressured. Emotional connection reduces performance anxiety dramatically when you feel close to your partner. Through eye contact, soft conversation, or playful teasing, the fear of judgment fades away. This psychological comfort is essential because the male body cannot hold a strong erection when it feels unsafe or pressured. The nervous system shifts automatically into defense mode when stress is present, blocking arousal. But when emotional closeness is established, the nervous system moves into the parasympathetic state, the same state required for strong erections. You are no longer performing, you are connecting, and connection is what unlocks true arousal. One of the most powerful emotional signals is simple touch. Holding hands, brushing fingers across the skin, gentle teasing, or a warm embrace all activate oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Oxytocin softens tension in the body, calms the mind, and increases trust. When this hormone rises, the body becomes more receptive to pleasure, and erections become stronger because blood vessels relax, allowing more consistent blood flow. Even a few seconds of sincere closeness can shift your entire state from nervous to aroused. Communication plays a major role as well. Soft, honest words, compliments, expressions of attraction, or even a playful remark can change the energy instantly. When your partner feels desired, they respond with warmth, enthusiasm, and engagement. Their arousal then amplifies your own, creating a positive feedback loop. This shared emotional intensity strengthens your erection, increases your stamina, and makes the experience more pleasurable for both. You are no longer focused on performing, you are focused on enjoying each other. Emotional connection also helps synchronize breathing and body language. When two people breathe in rhythm, touch in rhythm, and move with awareness, arousal becomes smooth and effortless. This synchronization reduces awkwardness, boosts confidence, and creates a sense of unity that heightens every physical sensation. Your body feels supported, understood, and welcomed, conditions under which arousal thrives. Another deep benefit of emotional connection is reduced overthinking. When you feel genuinely close to your partner, your mind stops racing with doubts or fears. Instead, you feel calm, grounded, and fully present. Sexual performance improves naturally in this state because your body no longer fights stress. Everything flows with ease. Ultimately, emotional connection is the invisible force that transforms sex from an act into an experience. It makes your partner feel valued, makes you feel confident, and makes your erection stronger because your entire being, mind, body, and emotion is aligned. Intimacy becomes deeper, more pleasurable, and more meaningful. When you invest even a small amount of effort into emotional connection, the reward is not just better performance, it is a truly fulfilling and unforgettable sexual experience that strengthens the bond between you and your partner every single time. At the end of the day, a strong, confident, and reliable erection isn't about luck, age, or pressure. It's about understanding how your body works and giving it the right signals before intimacy begins. When you learn to relax your pelvic floor, warm up your body, quiet your mind, build arousal slowly, hydrate and breathe deeply, and connect emotionally with your partner, you create the perfect physical and mental environment for peak performance. These steps are simple, natural, and completely within your control. They require no medication, no complicated routines, and no stress, just awareness and intention. When you prepare your body in this way, you're not only improving your erection, you're enhancing your entire intimate experience. You feel more confident, more present, and more in tune with your partner. You move from pressure to pleasure, from fear to confidence, from uncertainty to mastery. Intimacy becomes something you look forward to with excitement rather than worry. And your partner feels the difference too. Your presence becomes deeper, your touch becomes more meaningful, and your connection becomes stronger. Remember, the male body is designed for sexual performance, but it performs at its best when the mind is calm, the heart is connected, and the body is prepared. These techniques work because they activate your natural physiology. They help your body do what it's meant to do. With consistency, you'll notice stronger erections, longer stamina, richer sensitivity, and a renewed sense of masculine confidence that carries into every part of your life. So take these steps seriously, practice them, and allow yourself to enjoy the results. Your body responds when you treat it with awareness. Your partner responds when you show up with confidence and connection. And intimacy becomes not just an act, but an experience, one that grows deeper, more satisfying, and more powerful every time.